I know, honey, I know, but you've just got to find a way to turn this negative into a positive. Now, what was supposed to have been a private, intimate moment between you and your boyfriend turned into a sordid exhibition in front of strange men.
And what's the positive?
I slept with the photographer.
Are you quiet?
I'm whispering.
I don't mean now. I mean then.
Oh, it's very quiet. I'm very quiet. I don't scream.
Look, the exterminator said that you came in through a hole under the sink. Please, that's the way I'd like you to go. Oh, good boy! You have the gift!
Thank you for coming.
Well, I hope you're not too upset over this, Dorothy.
I've just been thrown out of an unauthorized Elvis fan club. I'll try to pick up the pieces and go on with my life.
Knock it off, Rose.
It's just that I've always dreamed about learning to tap dance, and I guess I'd get too gung-ho about things. When I was a child, I used to get overexcited and pet the cat too hard.
In the end, anyhow, what's it matter?
Yeah. I mean, what does it matter? If you know that you're going to end up dying anyway, you might as well do what you want to do.
Like having ice cream on the chocolate cake.
You know, I knew someone who went to this fabulous restaurant in Paris and just had watercress for lunch.
Susan, please, this is not the time or the place.
It's me, isn't it? I've driven you away. What if I dyed my hair? I'd even dye it that color. If they still make that color.
Susan, it's over, and you have to accept that. And a word of warning, I haven't graded your...
You new to this area, Dr. Clayton?
Yes, I recently moved here.
Oh, Miami's a beautiful city. I'm sure you'll enjoy living here.
Yes, and I'm sure your wife, Mrs. Clayton, will enjoy it too.
Mrs. Clayton and I are no longer together.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So, ever since I was 15, that and having major surgery and telling me about it 2 days later. Sometimes she didn't even need the surgery.
That's guilt.
Well, the days of my mother making me feel guilty.
Good night, pussycat.
You came. I said I would. Come in. Come in and sit down. I have something to show.
You didn't have to do that.
Hope you like it. It's very popular in Minnesota. It's a maple syrup, honey, brown sugar, molasses, Rice Krispie law. One for each of you.
How sweet. How incredibly sweet.
Come on now, we've got to get you two sleep on the right side, and I want to be on the right side. What the hell is everyone so particular about? In Sicily, foreign a bed is a treat. It means half your family is on vacation. I slept with my two brothers until I was 17. I was engaged to one for a very short period of...
Happy New Year!
Don't even think about it.
So what you're saying...
Just have to do until Disney unveils their Dumbo line. I better grab something to eat before Eddie gets here.
Wait a minute. Why don't you just go out to eat?
There never seems to be enough time. We're coming!
Who could that be? Everybody I invited's already here. Sophia!
Ma, what are you doing here? You know you're not supposed to leave the home. You're still recovering from that stroke.
What recovering? I'm back 100%, knock wood.
Why, the wildest thing that ever passed through there was Ovaltine. But the best part of it was that hunk of a doctor who examined me. He's going to be in Florida in a few weeks.
Wherever she goes, she finds a man. So do hookers.
Do you remember me?
Stan, tall, Yutz, head looks like a monkey's behind.
She's gonna be all right.
How you feeling, Ma?
I'm fine. Let's go home.
Mrs. Petrillo.
I'm Dr. Corley.
Pleased to meet you. Well, goodbye.
Mrs. Petrillo.
Ma, you gonna tell a story?
Please, das Heifetz Rasen a bow.
This is a tearjerker. Picture this. New York City, 1931, the Depression. Your father and I are newlyweds. One rainy night, we have our first fight. He says he's leaving, I say fine. He goes out the door. You also know what a handsome doctor looks like. It doesn't mean you got one.
Sophia, she's right. 3 palm trees.
$10,000. Oh my God, we just won $10,000.
$10,000.
Oh, I don't believe it. $10,000 split 4 ways. That's almost $2,000 apiece.
And how did Mrs. Doolittle's hair get singed? Did it herself? I think not.
I had very bad fight with my sister once.
Oh really? Tell us about it.
I turned her over to secret police.
And
what?
Here's a good idea, Blanche. If you really want to be safe, why don't you let us come with you?
okay, you can all come, but you have to promise me you won't do anything to embarrass me.
I promise.
Oh, I promise.
I'll try, but if they serve me cauliflower, it's in God's hands.
Something about a baby.
Oh my God, you mean it started?
She's having contractions.
Oh, don't worry about it, Mother. Go back to sleep. I'll call you when it graduates high school.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. Come on, I'm taking you to the hospital right now.
Dorothy, this reminds me of when I took you to the hospital when you were in labor.
How so, Ma?
You were pregnant.
Hey, what's a Liz?
Oh, Dorothy, aren't they beautiful? Johnny No Thumb sent them.
He sent you flowers?
You remember harmless old Uncle Vito? He sent a note to Johnny No Thumbs. He addressed it to Johnny No Knees. How's it going?
Ma, what are you doing here?
I was feeling a little better and I wanted to get some fresh air. How's business?
We've only had 2 customers all day.
I think it's because it's such a nice hot day they're all in the water.
That's your problem? You can't get the people out of the water? Amateurs. Let me show you how you run a pizza...
What do you think?
I think Lisa Bonet spent more on the ring than her nose.
Don't listen to her, Stanley. It's beautiful. I'm sure Catherine will love it.
You mean it?
Not a word.
Babe, it's a real diamond. What's wrong with it?
I think the more appropriate question is, where is it?
They didn't have eyes. You know, I can't eat anything with eyes, like lobster.
I can't eat anything that moves.
Like what, Rose? Horses?
Like oysters.
Oysters don't move.
Coco, they could dance. Who cares? Tell us.
Oysters move. Very...
Ladies and gentlemen, due to the severe storm front that is passing through the area, all flights in and out of Miami International Airport have been canceled until 6 a.m. tomorrow. Have a Merry Christmas.
Get nervous at weddings. Weddings and funerals. I've been to so many of both that I get mixed up. Same guest list, same flowers. Handful of rice, handful of dirt. The only difference is after the funeral, it's okay to date.
Because I think you're making a very big mistake.
She seemed pretty upset.
We just fired her.
What do you think she meant when she said we were making a big mistake?
She meant...
For dinner.
Dorothy, tell me something else that's on your list. An entertainer.
Entertaining people, getting my master's, and I wanted to sleep with Michael Del Vecchio.
Wait a minute, Michael Del Vecchio? Is he tall with black hair?
And they live in St. Olaf's?
Yes.
Oh, you must be very proud of them.
I am. So when was it you visited St. Olaf?
Oh, Lord, it must be 50 years ago now. I went to a wedding.
I think I'll call it a night, Ernie.
Okay. Take care.
Thanks, Ernie.
Tommy Turner.
71. Don't miss any meals.
Sid, crunching his chips. Oh, he's dead. Wrong way driver hit him head on. Totally dead, ma'am. Crunch, crunch.
Oh, no.
Puts me on hold. And then eats Doritos while he tells me my life is over. Oh, Rose has to tell her. Rose won't eat out. Like with a roast at the Friars Club.
It was just a joke.
Tights, unless he's got a butt like Baryshnikov.
There he is.
Dorothy, can I ask you a question? What do you think I ought to do with my bed?
Put it in the Smithsonian, Blanche. It has more miles on it than the spirit of St. Louis.
Now, you've heard me speak about Sylvia Butel down at the Grief Center. This is her chicken.
Sylvia Butel? Isn't she the woman who thought Milton Berle was sending her secret messages through her dentures?
Yes, but with extensive counseling and some new bridge work, she's totally back to normal.
Rose, the woman keeps a chicken.
My heart! My heart! Everything is going black. I'm coming to you, Sally.
Ma! Oh, God! Oh, God! Oh, God! Hang on, Ma! Oh, please! Please hang on!
All right, but you have to do me a favor.
To the moon, Ma! If you wanted a favor, you could just ask.
There are only two things I look forward to eating.
Good evening, Father. My, this must be an important cause. Don't you usually make the nuns ask for money?
Ma.
Is it morning already?
No. I just wanted to ask you a question.
What?
How would you react if you were told that one of your kids was gay?
Your brother Phil is gay? I knew it. When he was a kid, we couldn't keep him away from those gladiator movies.
What about you? When Martha takes those pills or whatever and the life drains out of her, you're going to be in that room alone. What are you going to do, Ma? How are you going to feel?
I don't know, but I'll deal with it.
When my time comes, I sure want somebody to put me... Hi, girls. This is not what it looks like.
Sophia, isn't that obscene?
No, they mean good health, have a nice day, and would you like to squeeze my concertina?
Dorothy, I don't understand. You spent the whole afternoon together and he still didn't ask you out. What did you do wrong?
Who didn't ask you out, Dorothy?
You got a phone book?
Frank Levy.
Oh, guess what? He says it's cold in Minnesota.
Get out of here.
Charlie, is it cold enough that if you put your tongue on something metal, it'll stick? Sure, I'll hold.
And risk this a longer trip to see the both of you so much in love. Now, what were you saying?
Uncle Angelo, I wanted to say... Don't just stand there, Papa Bear. Come give Mama Bear a big bear hug.
Look, you're all confused and upset about this house business. There's only one thing you can do.
Well, what is that, Sophia?
Take the advice of a wise old Sicilian.
You, Sophia?
No, Charlie Callis. Many years ago, my father...
Tender and compassionate, kindly and sympathetic and caring and understanding.
Stop babbling your yuts. I'll do it. Picture it, Sicily, 1852.
Ma, I am in no mood, and besides, you weren't alive in 1850.
Fully cranked and threw his limp body in the river. That's a Sicily you don't see on postcards.
Oh, I hate him. God, do I hate him. Not only did he steal my necklace, but he betrayed my trust. Oh, please, God, let him get caught. Let him go to jail. Let him rot and die in some filthy cell with the rats gnawing at his eyes. Sophia, what are you doing?
Painting numbers on my toes. I keep forgetting their names.
Lucy will be here any minute, honey. This doesn't look very nice.
I say let relatives see how you really live. That way they don't hang around.
Well, it so happens that my niece and I are very close.
Break out the finger sandwiches. Mr. Astaire looks like he's hungry.
I'm Merrill. Are you Blanche?
No.
How about you, cutie?
Boy, this guy's done hard time.
To pay for it. I certainly haven't.
She's always depended on the kindness of strangers.
Fine. Make jokes. I'd just like to know how you all would feel if you thought you were going to have a test tube for a son-in-law.
Hi, Ma. How's the packing going?
Go a lot better if I had a screwdriver.
Dorothy! Dorothy!
Oh, my God. What happened?
Oh, don't worry, she'll be fine.
Of course you will, honey. That phony hair color won't come out just because you got caught in the rain.
We saw love story and terms of endearment. Sophia, isn't that obscene?
No, they mean good health, have a nice day, and would you like to squeeze my concertina?
Dorothy, I don't understand. You spent the whole afternoon together and he still didn't ask you out. What did you do wrong? Who didn't ask you out, Dorothy?
You got a phone book?
Frank lady.
Here we go.
Oh, girls. We just went to Dunkirk Patrick's wake. It was the greatest.
I can't remember when I had so much fun. Those Irishmen, they even laid out Doug's body in the living room.
Oh, that sounds morbid.
I didn't have a problem with it till one of the relatives. And she got in trouble, if you know what I mean, Dorothy. Knackend up and Schwingel.
She knows what you mean.
Anyway, her boyfriend, Yutz Hernsberg, St. Olaf's only bald high school student.
You or anybody else. And the sooner you realize that, Rose, the happier we'll all be. Come on, Blanche.
Come on.
It was you girls. Yes, you just let me carry on and be crazy, and you were right there through it all.
We live here.
You were caring and supportive, and I want to thank you for it. I'm really lucky to have friends like you. Oh, the little rats are still here.
Yeah, the animal people are coming for them tomorrow.
No, they aren't.
No, I'm going to put him to bed. Ma, the babas.
Why do you hate your sister? That's what I want to know.
Because when she was born, I ceased to exist. I never saw my mom and daddy again.
Where did they go?
They never looked at me again, Rose. She was the adorable one, the gorgeous one.
I put my skates on the wrong feet.
Oh.
Sonia Henderfinkins.
Morning, all.
Morning, honey.
Oh, Rose, for God's sake. You look like a giant elf. Can I borrow that sometime?
Hi, Ma.
What the hell are you doing home?
Ma, let's not get all mushy.
You chickened out, didn't you?
No, we went, or at least we started to. Halfway there, we ran. The actor or the sausage?
You know, Dorothy, I was thinking how wonderful it is to have a pig living here. This morning I was all snugly. Get these.
I'll give you one guess.
You slept with the teacher?
Of course I didn't sleep with the teacher. You have to be very careful these days. I promised I would if he'd give me the answer. I call it safe.
Riverboat floating down the Mississippi Delta. Finish the damn story, Blanche.
Anyway, it was at a Southern seafood fry that I proudly dragged Kathy Lee over to meet my folks. Well, my mama took one look at Kathy Lee and forbade me ever to see her again.
Why?
Well, Blanche, what do you think?
Sophia, what have you done?
Save my puckered little Sicilian behind, that's what. When Dreyfus didn't come home again this morning, I went to the pet shop and got a duplicate. Amazing, isn't it?
We're spending a lot of time talking about jokes and how funny the series was and still is. But what really distinguished our cast and our writing, as much as the jokes and being funny.
Long time. Boy, you're pretty young. What brings a guy like you up here?
A lunatic. I'm a police officer, see. I was working a political rally at the Civic Center when this madman pulls out a revolver and he starts blasting away from the roof. I took a bullet pulling a baby carriage out of the line of fire. How about you?
Same.
No, I can't. Yes, I can.
Hi, it's me, Stan.
Come on in, Stanley. We were just talking about you.
I thought I felt my ears burning.
Maybe that. September.
Yep.
I'm surprised you were able to walk in October.
Just think, girls, tomorrow's Christmas Eve. Oh, I better get the dessert.
Oh, she sure left in a hurry.
Hey, who told her to feed me cabbage?
Blanche, we said we weren't going to do this. Well, what else can we do? We never held a real conversation our entire lives. Well, then it's time for us to start. Okay. Fine with me. To us. To the beginning of a new and wonderful relationship to sisters.
That's very soon. She'll be buried in an unmarked grave in a potter's field.
Gee, that's too bad. Any more of that cheesecake?
Blanche, how can you be so callous?
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to pretend to be in mourning. Mrs. Claxon worked overtime at being a horrible, nasty woman.
Yeah, Blanche is right. I mean, that's why nobody wants to go to her funeral.
It's like you didn't hear a word I
said. Well, I know he wants to get remarried, and our relationship is getting much more serious, and he just asked me to dinner to talk about something important. Believe me, he's going to ask me to marry him.
And how do you feel about that?
I don't know. I like him a lot, but... I don't know what happened. I came in, she was joking. This isn't working.
Dorothy? Dorothy? Where am I?
Sophia.
Hit it.
Isn't it, Buster?
It sure is, Biff.
It makes me want to kiss you, Josie.
Oh, mind your manners, Biff. While we at the 4th of July picnic, the whole town is here.
To hell with this town. Come away with me.
But you're a drifter, Biff. I can't just pull up stakes and run off.
Lou, women are capable of more than just cleaning these things.
Is that so? Well, as long as you ladies are playing plumber, why don't you play moving man, too?
Fine, we will.
Was that a plumber?
No, Ma, no. It was a little girl selling Girl Scout toilets.
Lucy.
We've had to recast Henny Penny.
I'm playing Henny.
Oh, and thanks directing? Oh, what fun! I would love to.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Then all we have to do is just order the costumes and change a few lines so that it makes sense that the two of you are playing those characters.
Well, now, listen, Dorothy, since both of your housemates...
Grasp the valve tightly with your hand.
Okay.
Turn it clockwise until...
Anyway, I'm glad I got back before Kirsten and Charlie got here.
Who's Charlie?
Rose's granddaughter.
That's a girl's name? Charlie? That's a bookie's name.
Honey, she's named after Rose's husband.
Rose's husband was a bookie?
He sold insurance.
An even bigger racket.
Really sorry. I promise that I will say Hail Marys until Madonna has a hit movie.
Hi. Here's my $8. Let's get started, Dorothy.
Oh, I'm not Dorothy, she is.
I'll give you $4. Let's get started.
How would you like your rear end putting the cart before the horse?
And that's bad?
Look, Rose, I just don't want to see you get hurt.
Oh, Blanche, Doug and I were wondering what's happening with the sleeping arrangements.
Well, I'll be there in just a moment to get you two settled in. Now, if you sleepyheads could wait just a minute.
Daughter.
She's not.
No. You are our daughter.
Please ignore him. The man spent 90 days on the high seas drinking grain alcohol from a goat bladder.
Dominique speaking the truth. After Gina...
I don't mean to pry, but maybe I know a way to get Norman's attention. If it involves silk sheets and a parochial school outfit, I've already tried it. Here, take this. It's worked for my grandmother. It's worked for my mother. Dab a little behind your ears, and whomever you desire will come to you.
What is it?
Come on, Blanche. You've been coming here 7 years. The only thing I've ever seen you do on that piano... Hey, there's a lady present.
Thank you.
Everybody, may I have your attention, please? Two can play at this game, you know. Boys, I have a little surprise for you.
Yeah. I know. I should have taken them back when you were 7.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please take your seats. Jorge Vega, Michael Fetchick.
There was Pee-wee. Someone had stuffed him in my suitcase between the veal shank and my beaver coat. Well, the mob had gotten Pee-wee after all.
Oh, my God, you must have been heartbroken.
I was absolutely devastated. I mean, first I had to burn the suitcase and then the beaver coat.
Oh, my God.
Why, Dorothy, look, it's Mrs. McDowell.
Why is everyone staring at me?
Because your handbag doesn't match your shoes.
We're a very fashion-conscious neighborhood.
Listen, I know this is short notice, but how would you all like to...
The Board of Health threatens us.
I can't do it.
Forget the Bahamas, how about dinner?
Dorothy, listen.
What?
I have to tell you something.
What?
No, it's nothing like that. I'm having problems with Dorothy and Gloria. I'm a terrible mother.
You're a wonderful mother.
No, I really upset my Dorothy. She's at a very difficult age. Just out of...
Oh, Rose, honey, now don't let this personal thing depress you.
Dorothy, I can't help it. I haven't been this depressed since I was rejected by Uncle Sam. Well, honey, if he was your uncle, it wasn't meant to be. It's not like...
Drop by.
Well, it's lucky you caught me. I mean, in the evening, I'm usually out with Liz and Steph and the rest of the beach crowd. Then everything's working out? I'll be honest with you.
Yes.
It is a dream come true.
Great. Just great.
Yep. Rose, look.
Zbornak, a novelty salesman, your ex-husband, father of your children, and if you don't mind me saying, first-class yuts.
Well, they do know everything.
We had to run security clearances on everyone. Everyone passed except for you, Mrs. Petrillo.
No to the Miss St. Olaf beauty pageant. It was 1951. That was the first year they let humans enter, too. I was way ahead after the evening gown and log rolling competition. People don't realize how hard it is to roll a...
This is not just a plate, mister. This is a family heirloom. It's great-great-grandma Nyland's ceremonial wedding plate. A wedding plate? Yes. The bride's family fills the plate with fruit, and then at the wedding, all the guests eat from it. And when the last piece is gone, that's when the bride and groom leave to start their wedding night, which takes place in each other. I'm not going to say one word to her unless she apologizes. That's the only reason I came over here.
And Angela, please, we're talking about family here. Won't you try to work it out? Do it for your favorite niece.
What's your cousin Graziella got to do with this?
Of our friendship, and I don't know what to do about it.
Face it, Dorothy. Blanche and Rose are limited.
Well, I admit I get tired of hearing about Blanche's dates and Rose's relatives back in St. Olaf, but they are very good friends.
Well, if you like them, I must have overlooked something.
Your cousin Gunter will be happy to take baby, as well as the $100,000 that comes along with him.
I beg your pardon?
Uncle Hingelbroder was a very rich man, and he loved this pig dearly. That's why he left you $100,000 to make sure baby would be well taken care of.
Well, I take not that particular. He just got out of prison.
It was absolutely dreadful. I spent the rest of the evening going in and out of consciousness while a guy with a silver tooth and a scorpion tattoo on his arm tried to grope me through the Vicks Vapor Rub.
Believe my secret admirer wants me to meet him for lunch.
Oh, Blanche, I can't believe you're going to do it. I mean, sure, the flowers are nice, but, honey, are you sure you know what you're getting yourself into?
Oh, come on, Dorothy. How much trouble can I get into in a public place?
How soon we forget the Greyhound Terminal incident.
As you might never have known you even had it.
Okay, here's the game plan. Hey, now, Angela, there's something I want to give you. Here.
That's a necklace Mama gave you.
I know, I want you to have it. It's my way of apologizing for the way I acted.
Oh, Sophia, this is the nicest thing anybody ever gave me.
Don't get all choked.
Going on, I thought you were going to loosen up. I mean, you've always been frugal, but lately it's gotten out of hand.
I don't know. I guess it all started about a month ago when I went to see my doctor.
Oh, my God, Miles, is something wrong?
Yes. He said I'm probably going to live to be 100. Rose, I'm only budget.
I love you, pussycat.
This is more moving than Susan Hayward's.
He runs a reverse behind the halfback, which gives the quarterback 2 options.
For God's sake, Rose, Eisenhower used less chalk planning D-Day.
Okay, well then let's just talk about a few things that happened in the last game. Nobody blocked this X.
Billy could have blocked him.
The best. Going home brought back a lot of nice memories. And at my age, it's nice to have someone to share it with. Oh, I almost forgot. Here, this is for you.
Your antique earrings.
And then, you're gonna love this. Dom DeLuise takes me by the arm and insists I tell Bert the story.
Sophia, I don't want to hear any more about it.
Not even the part when Bert and Dom insisted I repeat the story to Lonnie Anderson?
I do vow to.
I vow that my love is strong.
I do vow to.
I vow that I will love no other.
I do. My God, Stanley, I feel like one of the Shirelles.
Going through. You know, like when Clay was in high school, all he ever wanted to do was go see gladiator movies. It's the same kind of thing.
Almost exactly. Rose, honey, congratulations. I hear you've been nominated again for the Volunteer of the Year award.
Yup.
Did she bring the kids?
Hi, Pop. No, the kids are at home.
Hey, what the hell is this? I thought dinner was in the oven. There's nothing in here but a tin plate.
Take the foil off the top. It's something new. It's called the TV dinner.
The waxed fruit looks better.
Mom, I need to ask you if...
That is the most insensitive thing I have ever heard.
P.S. Sorry I missed your birthday. Happy 68th.
It doesn't say that.
I know, I made that part up.
Ma, why are you always trying to aggravate everyone?
To relax.
And that's why you decided not to have the surgery.
No, I figured if I could land myself a doctor, I might as well wait and let him pay for it. Besides, I guess I can live with the lines and the wrinkles and the sagging, as long as I have the 3 of you to grow old with.
Oh, what a lovely thing to say.
Yeah.
Well, I'm off. If you need something to keep you occupied tonight, Rose, why don't you take out a good book and see if you can find Waldo.
I've never liked her.
Did I just say that?
Are the kids back from their date yet?
Our kids?
No, Rose, the Katzenjammer kids. Of course, our kids.
Well, I thought we decided not to interfere in their private lives.
We did, but Blanche here decided differently.
Oh, Blanche, how could you?
Well, I don't know what all the fuss is about. It wasn't an official date. They just went to the...
One, but we love each other and...
Excuse me, Snoop?
Liar.
Rhino?
Lizard. It's real love, Mr. Benson. It's an honest love. And yes, we might have secrets that we stubbornly try to hide from each other.
Python.
Swamp insect.
Either I mixed the Elvis list with the wedding list, or everyone in Max's family appeared on the Ed Sullivan Show.
Who cares already? Let's just do it.
You are not going anywhere. Dr. Clayton is coming.
Dr. Silvano was my doctor.
Dr. Silvano is dead.
Trust me, I'm in better shape than he is. Goodbye.
Ma, you have to have an examination. Now, your blood pressure is up, you're tired, you have absolutely no color.
I'm an old white woman. I'm not supposed to have color.
Blanche, tell us about your date last night.
All I can tell you is Mr. Ted Tanner is quite a man, quite a man. He suits me to a G.
You mean to a T.
No, I don't think so, then.
Congratulations, Madam President.
Blanche, why did you say that? You didn't really sleep with Elvis Presley.
Dorothy, back where I come from, there were a lot of hillbilly boys with mutton chop sideburns named Elvis. The light was bad in the bayou. It could have happened.
Blanche, you never slept with Elvis Presley.
Proud just to be running for city councilman. So good night, and remember my slogan, Gil Kessler for city councilman.
You call that a slogan?
Excuse me.
Easy on the arm, Dorothy. You break it, you pay for it. We've grown very close the last few days.
Now listen, no one calls her Ma except me. You got that? Have I made that clear?
Calm down. Calm down. What did I tell you? I knew it would get under her skin.
Mrs. Devereaux, come in, please. I'm Dr. Taylor.
Very pleased to meet you.
I'd like to go over your form.
Well, fine. Shall I disrobe right here, or do you have some kind of examining room?
You know, I meant your medical form, the one you filled out in the waiting room.
Sorry.
Oh, you are proposing.
I'm talking tie bibs, babe.
Tie bibs.
Yeah, little bibs that fit over your necktie. You go out to lunch, you don't have to worry about staining your tie. It's a perfect gift, a great idea. And the best part was no one else had ever thought of it.
Couldn't sleep, so I'm having some tea. If that's okay with you, Prime Minister Botha.
Oh, I couldn't sleep either. I had a terrible nightmare.
Was it the recurring dream where you're a lonely old woman and your family doesn't want you, so they put you in a home and never come to see you?
Gonna take the chicken down to Mississippi.
Rose, just stuff it.
Who on earth could that be at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Maybe it's a Jehovah's Witness with a caffeine problem?
Hello? Frank's Flowers? Hey, Frank! Sophia Petrillo here. Listen, I decided the price you quoted me on those centerpieces is too high, so I thought maybe we could make a deal. Now, my daughter is single. What do you mean, is she easy? You're talking about my flesh and
Wanted cost more than the original down payment on my first house.
In Sicily, beds were dirt cheap. Of course, it was because you slept on dirt. Just an observation. If my name were Mark Twain, you'd be writing this stuff down.
Girls, you won't believe what happened to me this afternoon.
But the day of my wedding, as I stood at the altar, the boy I was to marry was on a cattle boat headed for America. That night, on a tear-stained pillow, I put a curse on him. A curse? Nothing fancy, I remember I said. Giuseppe Mangiacavallo, from this day forward, may you and all your future generations...
So bad.
Hey, I'm the one who should feel bad. Lydia and I were wearing the same dress.
Honey, can we go now? I've been planning this for months. A weekend alone in the woods. It's going to be perfect.
Oh, it sounds romantic. Maybe you'll have another baby.
Jimmy, I just want to make sure that you're okay. Do I have to play hardball? David Dellinger.
This might be the ideal time to leave for that Mother's Day brunch.
I remember the last Mother's Day I spent with my mama. I was back in Virginia. Mom had been ill for some time, and she was recovering in a convalescent home. It was a lovely place.
You stay right there. I want you to...
Excellent riveter.
I can understand how you could confuse the two.
Anyway, the point is, guilt is a very bad thing. Story over. I was just talking to Lily. I hear you're moving with her back to Chicago. That's right. Good idea. Now you can ruin this. You are.
All right. All right, I'll go back. Oh, you always win, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah, you're awfully good at this.
I'm the best. Here we are.
Bruce? Girls, listen, maybe we don't have everything we need.
Right, what are we missing?
Well, we are going away for a romantic weekend to the Bahamas with Jeff and Rich and Randy. In this day and age, it might be a good idea to take along some protection. What kind of protection?
2 armed Pinkerton guards. Blanche, come on.
What did the doctor say?
Oh, the worst, just the worst thing ever.
Oh, no, honey. It's not. It's okay. The baby's going to be fine. Sweetheart, you'll have amniocentesis and the baby will be just fine.
We'll help you. You won't have to do it alone. The baby will have 3 mothers.
Oh, it'll be such fun, honey. We can take turns feeding him. We can take turns waiting.
If you're gonna make fun of somebody, make fun of Rose. I need the professional care of the most talented hairdresser in Miami, Robert. Oh, he's brilliant. Do you know he was the first one ever to use mousse?
I'd check my facts if I were you, Blanche. Mr. Ingrid, the typical teenage things. When we'd go to a drive-in movie, he'd hide me in the trunk so we only had to pay admission for one. And after the movie, he'd drive me home, let me out of the trunk and tell me all about it. But I was looking for someone more exciting.
I left Brooklyn.
Yep, I hid it under the seat when I was loading the suitcases. Happy Valentine's Day, Sophia.
I think this is what I was trying to explain to Papa. Come here, you big lug.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's go.
Papa, what is that? Dorothy.
Oh, hi, Mom.
Listen to this. If I were truly free, O fire of my loins, I'd take you to a paradise in the sun where we could lie naked, bronze body against pride of natural causes, survived by her husband, Tony Molinaro.
Now, you're getting dates out of the obituaries? That's sick.
It is not sick. It's practical. Life is for the living. Maria's Loss is my date for the early bird special at the Howard Johnsons.
I remember my mother making me practice the tuba 3 hours a day, 7 days a week for 10 years. Oh, I hated it. But it finally paid off.
I didn't know you played the tuba.
Oh, I don't. No, I gave it up. But I can blow 32 pounds of air into a tire in less than a minute.
I was home alone when the phone rang. I ran to answer it, and I tripped over your damn shoes, and I said, "Oh, George, I hate you." It was the police telling me you'd been in an accident. Never thought I'd have the chance, but I'm just so sorry. My last thought...
Hi, I'm Eddie.
It took a computer to come up with this? I'm Dorothy. These are my friends Blanche and Rose.
How do you do?
How do you do? Eddie, I hope you're not too terribly
You know what she took back? A set of pearl earrings.
The ones I fell in love with at Jordan Marsh?
Yep. Ho, ho, ho.
Oh, Ma, who cares? Rose, I love it. No, this will come in a lot handier than those pearl earrings. The next time I'm lost in the woods with a stack of pancakes.
Fathers, you put a pillow over my face. How could I sleep with that racket?
What racket?
Your pencil.
My pencil?
You're pressing too hard.
Do you really think she can make a comeback?
I'm sure she can. Dorothy's running Trudy all over the court. Trudy tripped.
And she's not getting up. You think something's wrong?
I think she's fainted.
I hope it's not anything worse.
It is. I've seen that look before.
You don't think...
That lighthearted laughter, that devil-may-care attitude.
Sophia, when was Dorothy ever like that?
Never. I've been asking her these questions since she's 12.
Dorothy, you can't help it if you're dull and boring. God did that to give the world some variety. Otherwise, everybody'd be just like me.
Honey, what happened, you poor darling?
I went to the police station today to get an update on my case. I borrowed your pocket hairspray. I took it from your dressing table. You know what this humidity does to my hair.
I know, cotton candy.
Well, just as I entered the police station, I saw there was this cute officer there who's...
Oh, Rose, come on. It's going to be wonderful. Now stop worrying. Go check on dinner.
I can't wait to meet Dr. Newman. He was fascinating on the phone. He analyzed my dream.
What dream?
Oh, that...
Here.
Well, it's just that we did so many restaurant sketches on the Carol Burnett Show. I was waxing sentimental.
Oh, by the way, I'd like you to meet my mother, Sophia, Blanche, and this is Rose.
Yes, it's me, Lyle Wagoner.
Oh, well, whatever.
Ladies, you're forgetting something?
What?
Mrs. Claxton, we can't keep her.
It'll last me another 40 years.
It was the haystack.
What?
Our first kiss. It was at night, and the air was crisp, but you were wearing a blue and white striped shirt. And we were in a haystack.
Yes, that's it. But you said you couldn't remember.
Well, I guess I just needed a little help.
Business partners.
And dinner?
Absolutely not. Stanley, you claim that you have changed. Well, so have I. Stan, I have finally come to realize that no matter how hard you try, you cannot fix something that no longer works. I've learned to let go, Stan. They might also have tentacles on their legs so that they can suck all the blood out of our heads. Oh, I'm sorry, Rose. I'm sorry. Now, part of me is very excited, but part of me is petrified. I cannot relax with this. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to because Major Barker and the Happy Christmases, all those things happened, Stanley, and because they happened, I deserve better than a stinking phone call from my husband's legal representative. You had a choice, Stanley, and you took the easy way out, and it was a rotten thing to do. That is
Wonderful.
fantastic.
I have faith again. Kill the killers. This calls for champagne. I'll get it.
Oh, no, honey, there's none on ice.
Well, I'll put some in the freezer. Be ready in 20 minutes.
Oh, so what happens now? I guess you press charges, right?
Well, no, actually not. He might press charges, though.
Hi-ho, everybody. It's me, Sonny.
Oh,
Is Dorothy around?
She's out on the lanai.
I suppose you're wondering why a man like Sonny Bono.
Yeah. On the lanai. Actually, here's Dorothy's Bornak. And we just want you to know how excited we are that an artist of your stature is going to be performing in our little theater.
Ladies, there are no small theaters, no small parts, only small actors.
Like Hervé Villachez.
I was speaking metaphorically.
I've never told anybody this, but I had to transfer high schools because of a field hockey incident.
Rose, that was a terrible thing to do, dumping Blanche. I'm not going to be your partner.
Oh, no, I want you all to stay partners. I've already got another partner. I signed up with all the meals.
It's a smoke alarm in Sophia's room.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Anyone for s'mores?
Well, Sophia, how's it feel to be home?
I feel like a free man. Well, you didn't. Painting a fresco on the ceiling. It's a bathroom. What do you think I'm doing? What are you writing?
Nothing.
What do you mean nothing? What is that?
Well, Ma, you have such a great sense of humor, and I can never remember all the funny things you say, so I've decided to keep a journal.
Journal? Who the...
Oh, it's nice to be with a real woman.
You didn't think I was too forward?
No, you were a perfect lady. And once again, don't worry about the pants. I know a lot of good tailors.
Hey, you started. Don't think I didn't notice you playing footsie with me under the table tonight.
No, that...
$400? Back in St. Olaf, the most expensive room is $18.50. And that includes the cow.
All right, Rose, why would you want a cow in the room?
It's the law. It's one thing to do. I guess I'll just have to move out.
Hey, I got a letter from Gina Marie Donatelli.
There's a point, Blanche.
It was back in 1955, and we had just moved into our first house right next door to Pigpen Johansson. That wasn't his real name. That was a nickname, Pigpen. No, Johansson. Anyway.
That lighthearted laughter, that devil-may-care attitude. Sophia, when was Dorothy ever like that? Never. I've been asking her these questions since she's 12. Dorothy, you can't help it if you're dull and boring. God did that to give the world some variety. Otherwise, everybody'd be just like me.
Blanche's bed is next to the X-15 at the Space and Aviation Museum.
Would you be interested in going to an outdoor concert tonight?
Oh, you couldn't drag me out of this house tonight. St. Elsewhere's on. That's my favorite program. I never miss it.
You still watch I'll call her brother Angelo. He'll know where she is. Rose, this is terrible. What do you think Dorothy's gonna do? Remember what she was like when you lost her keys?
She uprooted a mighty sequoia.
No, Rose. Hookers. God, that must mean everybody here is...
Everybody here is under arrest. This is a raid.
A little more to the left.
No, wake up, you're having a nightmare.
Oh, I dreamt I was in bed with Mel Gibson and Kim Basinger was to my right.
Go to sleep, Ma.
It's been 14 hours. Just a sip of water, Dorothy.
Go to sleep.
Blanche's bed is next to the X-15 at the Space and Aviation Museum.
Would you be interested in going to an outdoor concert tonight?
Oh, you couldn't drag me out of this house tonight. St. Elsewhere's on. That's my favorite program. I never miss it.
You still watch...
The next thing I know, I'm in the Bahamas. I figured while I was there, I'd buy some perfume for you and your friends in the duty-free shop.
David.
I'd keep an eye on this one, lady.
Oh, I just don't know how to thank you, officer, but I would like to try. I'm usually at Wally's for happy hour on Tuesdays.
Father could eat dinner, read the newspaper, make love, give himself a pedicure all within an hour. And he never got up from the kitchen table. Well, I think the McDowells were delightful.
I did too.
So did I. Oh, I just love to welcome people to the neighborhood.
Time. Dorothy this, Dorothy that. What if she decides she wants him back?
Oh. If she's as great as you say she is, and no doubt she is, well, possibly in a weak moment she might think she wants him back, but then maybe she'd think of the two of you together, and what a nice person you seem.
And this guy's nobody. Beat it, Al.
I swore that if I ever got on TV, I would maintain the highest standards. And Ricky Mas demands the best.
Well, hold it right there. You can't write me off just because I'm not 30-something. I have experience. and wisdom and insight.
Ma, Blanche had her dream.
Are you all right? I think so. You know, usually I feel so empty when I realize George isn't here, but this time it's different.
How?
Well, I don't know. The dream was different. Oh, wait.
Your mother was just having fun.
Yeah, well, all this fun is killing her. Just wish she'd moved in with me when I asked her to.
Kirsten, you're just upset. We all are. But you have to know, these two women love her like a sister. And I love your mother like she was my own.
Yeah, well, you're forgetting one thing, though. I'm her daughter.
Isn't Rebecca here with the baby yet?
Oh, no, she called and said she'd be a little late. You know, Blanche, it's so nice to see you take this much of an interest in your granddaughter.
Well, I have to. Jason thinks the baby's mine. Well, don't look at me that way.
No, Dorothy. But I was hoping you'd have a hard time taking advantage of somebody who cares about you as much as I do.
I need help, Rose. Oh, God, I hate the lying.
Dorothy, I lied to you, too. You could never have used that bank card. Jerry, hello.
Hello, Rose. I'm sorry about all this. Oh, sorry. There's no need to be sorry. I'm a man who acknowledged you had a problem, and I'm seeing somebody about it. Now,
Goodbye, Stan. He's our mailman. We just allowed him to get a little too close.
Jerry, I'd like you...
A moron, but he knows how to fix a toilet.
This is fine with me. But the longer I let you do it yourself, the more I'm going to get paid when you finally call.
Yeah, well, I have news for you, Lou. We are not calling, ever.
You ladies haven't seen the last of me. And you want to know why? Because as we say in the plumbing game, it's net...
You see, I am 44 years old.
Wow, this is great. I was afraid we wouldn't have anything in common. We're almost the same age.
Rose, you make her sound like an old woman. Actually, she's much closer to my age.
Lorraine, these are my roommates. That's Blanche Devereaux, Rose.